welcome to the Bikepack Adventures Podcast. I am your host, Chris Panaski. This podcast was created so as to share the stories of bike tours, bikepackers, and endurance racers from around the world as they embark on amazing adventures. Through their stories, you'll be able to learn the ins and outs of bike travel. You'll get insight into various countries and cultures, hear fantastic stories of their journeys, and through both mine and my guests' experiences, you'll learn about the pros and cons of specific gear, bikes, and bike setups. If you're new to bike travel and considering going on an adventure, I hope the podcast provides you with that extra little bit of motivation to make it happen. All right, and we are back. Welcome back, Carl, to the... Where, you don't like your position?
I was like right in the corner.
Welcome back to the Bikepack Adventures Podcast. Over the course of this series, Carl and I have gone over many of the big picture items of bikepacking, such as what bikepacking actually is, routes, bikes, tires, packing systems, and gear strategy. And over the past couple episodes, we've started to fine-tune that discussion to cover some of the more nuanced aspects of bikepacking, such as food, water, and resupply, navigation, power, and en route decisions. And today, finally, we are talking about some of the things that typically get glossed over when researching a possible adventure. We're going to be talking about risk, safety, self-reliance, and the mental side of bikepacking, because eventually every rider runs into moments where things stop being fun, easy, or straightforward. I've been there multiple times.
Yeah, me too. It's like I have a ticket for every ride.
And yes, of course, this series wouldn't have been possible without the support of Panorama Cycles. They have been a massive supporter of all things Bikepack Adventures over the past 4 years, and I'm forever grateful for that. They have also supported this project, so be sure to check them out on Instagram, YouTube, and of course through their official webpage, panoramacycles.com. And that brings us to today's idea, or the core, the foundation of today's discussion is: how do you manage the hard moments when something breaks, the weather turns ugly, your head goes dark, or you realize you might just, be in over your head, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes it's not the bike that breaks, it's you.
Yeah, I think oftentimes it's probably the person breaks.
Yeah.
The bikes are stronger than most riders. So yeah, I'm definitely likely not alone in this, but when I close my eyes and I picture bikepacking, I'm typically imagining, like epic landscapes, freedom, campfires. Sometimes, because I tend to do a lot of stuff solo where I just don't make a fire.
You just don't stop. No, just like
But
remotes.
like the ideal picture in my head is there's a fire and I'm not roasting marshmallows because I probably wouldn't have space to carry them.
But like remote roads and like big smile on your face when going downhill, and it's just like birds, like AI generated like picture where everything is beautiful. There's rainbows and stuff like that.
When I close my eyes, it's AI.
Yeah. Because it's not true.
And but that's not always the case. The reality out there might include some of the above, but it's also bound to there's bound to be times when it includes, standing in the rain with broken derailleur or spoke, or just a flat tire. Like that's probably your most likely. Right? And
then you're not on a group ride or a road ride, so like you're in the middle of nowhere, so like you're hours from help. You're just stranded.
Yeah. And just feeling mentally drained. It's going to happen where you're just like out of words. Your brain can't even process the words that you want to think, you're dumbstruck.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not even like the bike. Like I said before, it's not the bike that is broken. It's just like knowing that you still have a long way to go and that breaks you. So
yeah. I know. And when I lived in Malaysia, I was out on a huge road bike ride. I was playing like a 200K ride. And I got a flat, so I just called Uber. And I took the wheels off, threw them in the trunk, put the frame in there, and it was Malaysia, so it wasn't crazy expensive. It was about 100 kilometers from my house.
Oh, wow.
Probably cost me $25. $30 maybe. Wasn't the end of the world, but that's not necessarily possible in bikepacking generally.
No.
Do you have any personal stories of when you got broken by the system?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people know that story about me, but on the BT, the first time I never finished it, so because there's multiple, I was with you, and then we woke up in the morning, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna push. Like it was 24-hour on the bike.
That was after a really good sleep.
You fell asleep right away. I was just in the wet grass in my BV bag. I should have slept in that concrete pipe, by the way. I'm always regretting it. I see the picture. And yeah, so long story short, I didn't sleep. We rode for 24 hours. So like it was like 65 kilometer. And then we decided to stop for an hour. And then I woke up in the morning and then I had like saddle sore. I could feel it. I could like barely sit on my saddle. And then started like biking with you. I had my puffy jacket and my like puffy shorts, so we would both look like homeless people. And then
That's an insult to them.
yeah, we were worse. And then I feel like all of a sudden we were like on that gravel road, and I feel like that stuck, like you know that fresh pavement that like you ride on it, and then all of a sudden your tires are caked, and then it just like brings some rocks and it just like rubs in your fork.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like I was like, oh shit, completely sleep deprived. I'm like, oh shit, like there's like tar on my tire, and then I just wipe it. But we were on a gravel road in the middle of nowhere, so like that was not tar, that was not fresh tar, that was like, oh shit. So,
Literally.
so that was cow manure and with rocks. So like I smelled my hand, looking like completely.
Like, where do I rub it?
where I am, like, and then completely disoriented. And I just said like, yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. I'm just that's it. That's the stop. And I told you, you must go. I'm gonna beeline to the car. And yeah, I wasn't there mentally.
Yeah.
What about you?
My story also comes from the BT 700, and I think part of the reason for that is because like BT and log drivers and Canadian Shield have been the longer routes I've done, you know, where I'm not, for instance, cycling Western Canada for a month. That was different. Like I had a plan. I always knew I could just stop anytime. I was not in a racing mindset.
Yeah.
So it was different. But the BT 700, my second time going, and we talked about this last time, I didn't really go there with the mindset to race. I went there with the mindset of a fun social ride, but then I let my ambitions get ahead of my reality. And so I started kind of in a race mode. And at some point, I was on a Bruce Trail and I lost my phone. It fell off my quad lock. I know quad lock likes to say, like, no, you must have not connected it right. It was connected right.
Yeah.
I always do the grip twist and a good shake now. So I've been doing that since before that because I had already broken a phone once or twice before that. And now I use tethers, so I'm less worried now. But at that time, I lost my phone. I think it was in a big puddle. I spent like an hour dragging my hands through mud, trying to find my phone. It would have been dead anyway, so at that point. And when I stopped to have a sleep and I woke up the next day, I realized mentally I was just done. I was like, I didn't think I could follow my Garmin as well as I'd want to be competitive or to enjoy the adventure as on. I had no contact with my wife. There was just a lot of things that made it really, really shitty.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more challenging.
Yeah, it was super challenging, super just depressing, and that was it. I wrote myself off, you know. I was like, that's it. Let's live to fight another day. I'm gonna pull the plug and c'est la vie. I still regret it in some ways I regret it.
Oh, I do too.
But in other ways I'm like, no, it's part of a learning experience.
Yeah, exactly. And it's part of listening to yourself too. Yeah, sometimes you don't take the good decision, but it was probably the best decision you could take at this moment. So
yeah. And you have to make a decision. You can't just sit there and think like, you know, you can't just sit there and do nothing. At some point, you're going to make a decision. It's either go forward or go backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Or left or right.
Or left or right, or like just beeline. Yeah. Yeah. I would say most bikepacking like trips are not like ruined by like dramatic disaster. It's just like a combination of everything that just decide of the outcome. It's just like poor decision, ignored like the warning sign. You're just like spiraling mindset. That's me there. And lack of preparation. That's not me there. I'm well prepared.
Which do you think is the one that affects you the most?
Spiraling mindset. I talked to LP many times about that, and then he gave me all the tricks in the book. I need to talk to him a lot more than that, I think.
Yeah.
But
he's starting a homestay. You should just know.
No, I feel like I should just camp in his backyard. But like, no, seriously, the spiraling mindset is something that I can control early on. But as it goes with the fatigue, the hungriness, like the distance and stuff like that, there's like many thing that creates that spiral that I go down into. But like now I learn to float a little bit more at the top, and then also like giving myself less option to spiral.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah.
I think to some degree, my biggest one is lack of preparation. Not in the sense that like I don't have the stuff. It's just that I'm not necessarily mentally prepared for what I'm pushing myself into sometimes. Or like, even though I can persevere, there's things I didn't think about and prepare, like really go over my lighting system and check all these things that could go wrong.
Is it poor decision then?
Maybe just poor decisions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Poor decisions. Ignored warning signs, spiraling mindset, lack of preparation. That's yeah, maybe poor decisions.
I feel like it's all four for me. Like it's all
to
four.
some degrees.
I would say like lack of preparation, maybe not, but like it's mostly all four for me. Like lack of preparation is not the one, but like all the other ones are just like riding, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm like that hungry. I can like still bike 50K without eating.
Right.
Yeah.
Daniel LeBlanc says, trying to change a flat in the rain, 3 hours from my truck, dead phone. My spot tracker stopped broadcasting 30 hours ago, making my partner think I died.
That's the worst.
So there's a bad day as well.
Yeah, that's the worst. Like,
yeah, I think the hardest part of bike packing is not necessarily the train, but it's managing yourself when things get difficult. Right?
Yep.
Like I can deal with sore legs and like every pedal stroke up a mountain or a hill or a gravel road sucks.
Yeah.
But like that I can deal with.
If your attitude is positive and then you're like in a good place,
Yeah.
just distance is just tearing.
And like Joel says, he says, you even the proverbial wall, you can get off your bike and walk.
Yep.
Like the wall is walking speed, just a little bit above that. So anybody can walk.
Yeah.
In the worst case scenario. It's the mindset, your brain. It's a real destructive thing.
Yeah, it's rarely just like one big thing that's gonna make you stop. It's usually several small things stacking on top of each.
And I remember when I first started the podcast almost 8 years ago, I was living in Cambodia and I was following along the adventures of Biking Man, the race series. And I saw this guy, Jonas Dykman, who's been on the podcast a few times. He was 200 something kilometers from the finish when his bottom bracket exploded. And what did he do? He took off his shoes and he started walking up the mountains, coasting down.
Yeah.
Walking up the next mountain, coasting down.
I mean, what else?
And he did it for 200K till finish because he was like, you know what? I'm going to finish.
What else?
He was dead last.
What else you can do in that situation?
Well, I guess you could probably get an Uber and put your bike in the car.
Yeah, but like, it's just like sometimes you just have like all those stacking thing, like the fatigue. It's raining on you, so like the weather is like.
But that was the first time where I was like, "Holy God, mindset, man!"
Oh yeah,
matters. Like this guy was like, "I'm gonna finish. I don't care what."
And then like that's crazy because like you get like stacking all those things. It's just like you're so far from the finish, and then all of a sudden like all the food that you carried before.
Luckily, it's Cambodia. There's food stalls everywhere.
Oh, okay.
It was Laos.
Yeah, but like if you start like adding hunger to that, you're just like starving, and then like now you're not making as good like mileage as you were supposed to. Ah, shit, yeah.
Oh, this girl here, Emily, she says...
this girl, yeah, hello,
Hi,
6131.
6131.
Yeah, mine would
Is
be...
613?
6131. Oh, yeah, okay. Toronto.
Mine would be on... you go ahead, you read yours.
Yeah.
You read yours.
I
give you permission.
Mine would be on my second attempt to, at log driver walls, accidentally eating something that caused an IBS flare. Yeah, that sucks. On day 2 or so, the flare, I decided to cut my route shorter. Yeah, you still...
And I guess because you're like a flare-up of IBS, it's like going to take time, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Be days
you need to rest, too. So, like, but also, like, she said that, but, like, I resupplied her near the crossing of the river, and then she still rode on a gravel road, freshly paved, freshly graded gravel road. There was truck in front of her.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, and then she still crossed on the other side of the river, camp and then did finish the demi on an IBS flare. So like,
okay. Hardcore.
you're the best.
Yeah, I think some of the risks that you have to assume in bike packing.
Like so far, fatigue, weather, hunger, what else? Like,
I think we talked a lot about these over the last 6 episodes, but like navigational issues or having poorly maintaining and having mechanical issues, or just being too stubborn to know when to quit or to make the right decision, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that's you.
Yeah, I'm very stubborn out there, but like I think once I do make that mental decision to give up, I have very little way of turning that around.
Yeah.
So that's what my big learning thing has been, is like, okay, don't get to that point of making that decision, because it's really, really hard to flip the script after.
Mm-hmm.
Before you get there, take that time to evaluate and figure things out and see if there's a solution.
Sit on the side, just take a deep breath, and
yeah, it's usually like lots of little issues, right? We were saying that'll ruin your day, not like one big problem, unless you're Jonas with a broken.
No, but like they become big issue when you just like pile them up, and then your stress goes up.
Yeah, and stress goes up pretty quick, and like. And just bad, and with high stress, you're not making good judgment calls, right? So, I think sometimes it's as simple as like, I'm going to push on into the night, when realistically, because you're stressed that you're behind your schedule, that is a man-made schedule. It's a schedule you
just
invented for yourself.
Yeah.
And you decide to push on, but you're pushing on into like dangerous territory, like single track sections.
Yeah.
For instance, somebody on the Canadian Shield, I'm not going to say his name, but a few years ago, he crashed on the single track sections up Mont Saint Marie because he was pushing through the night. Yep. He had put himself on a schedule that caused that, broke his wrist.
Shit.
And now he's better, and he's finished it since. And he's like, yeah, it's a really tough route, and I underestimated it, and I pushed when I shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like listening to yourself is a big one, but like it's so easy when you're like pushing yourself to just like not see it. It's just you just push. Yeah.
And and after bad judgment calls makes options disappear, and
yeah, you just like put yourself in a situation that you can't back up again. Yeah.
And Daniel there, he says loneliness affects him the most. It's hard to keep passing shortcuts when you start missing the family. I've been there. I was doing the Canadian Shield XL a couple of years ago. And I was reaching out to LP and some friends, and I was like, guys, I'm really suffering here because I miss my daughter. Like, it had been like 6 days, and ultimately I did cut the route short because I wasn't racing. It was my trip. It was meant for me. And ultimately I was like, all right, I'm really happy with what I've accomplished and what I did. But at the same time, like,
I remember you taking it easy after that.
Jasmine plays a big part in my life. And
you know what really helped me? Like, not like being more prepared or anything like that. It's not knowing where to cut, not knowing the shortcut, because
not a safe thing, but it's good,
not
mentally
not the
helpful, right?
safe thing. Know that they exist, but not like research them intensively, because as soon as I know that they exist, I'm like, this is an option. Like, you're suffering right now. You should turn left. Or you should turn right.
And there's that was something I noticed on the Butter Tart route, Matt Katie's route, is there's a lot of controls on his map that say, if you want to cut this section, go this way. If you want to cut this section, go this way. And like, I find that really hard, because when things are going badly, you're like, oh, I could just cut this off.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, if your mindset is like doing an FKT.
But if I never knew that was there, I know, but if you're like, when you're really tired and sleep messed up or whatever, or even if you're just out to ride it, you might start cutting sections, because if you never knew that was there, you'd have to look at the map and investigate and be like,
exactly,
oh, I could go south here.
Exactly.
So you'd actually have to plan to bail. But if there's a sign that says bail,
Exactly. Like,
I find it tough.
The BT, like on the BT this year, we booked everything, and then it's gonna be way easier, more like touring, and then seriously, just to not have like the stress to be like, no, you have to do every centimeter of it. I know because of Emily, we will do every centimeter of it because she really wants to complete it. But it's it will be more relaxing. Yeah.
Yeah, and like a big difference too with riding at home or going on adventures when something happens like a broken chain or derailleur issue or something like
Or a
it's
flat
not
tire
as
in the rain.
consequential when you're near home.
Yeah.
When you're far away, it's a lot more problematic.
You need a Carl.
Yeah. And I've never been in the situation where I've had to hike a bike 40 kilometers to get to the next place. Or,
Me neither.
I've always been lucky, knock on wood, that stays that way. But I've always been fairly fortunate.
I feel like I've been pushing it these days. Like I'm going for a ride without like a flat kit or anything, and I'm like,
I tend to do that around home.
I did two presentation on the first and second bikepacking summit. I did two presentation that said like you need to carry a flat kit, you need to do it, you need to, and then now these days I'm just leaving home and I'm like, oh yeah, I should, and then the should is okay around your home.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can actually just like call your significant other and be like, I'm an idiot. But in the middle of nowhere, when your significant other is with you, you're just like, yeah, that's a bad call.
Yeah, I get it. And like we're saying is gear problems are bad. Mental problems, I think, are worse.
Yeah, how you react to your stuff.
Yeah, as your morale drops and stuff. Like just, everything feels harder. And your decisions are bad. Quitting gets louder. Like it's like a voice screaming in your head. Just give up.
Just give up. It's gonna be easier. There's a couch at home. Yeah. Simple task just become a mountain. So like you're like, I could just like quit, and then sometimes you can't. So like, what are you doing in those situations? Yeah, if you don't have like a system for like risk and mindset, like thing can just like go south very fast.
I think Emily's message of "we will" is about the every inch cycling.
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
And then she wrote something in Japanese or something.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's that.
Chinese.
Konnichiwa.
Apparently, you're her flat kid.
Yeah. Everybody has a Carl. I have an Emily.
Oh,
nice.
You
see. Yeah.
Everybody needs a Carl. So yeah, and if you don't really have a system to manage risks and your mindset, things can really unravel. And I think that's been like really like of all the things I've learned about bikepacking over the past 7 or so years, it's your mindset is so important.
It's on top of everything. You can have a shitty bike, but still be the best. Like one person that is really impressive to me, like seriously, is there's actually like 3 person, and it's gonna sound really weird because like it's not weird. It's just like it's Megan Akin. Yeah. Always smiling. There's also Lyle Wilcox, same kind of attitude, always smiling,
always happy.
And Marie-Pierre Savard, like same kind of attitude. It's like it's a hard day. Yes, we're having fun. And it's just like this attitude, this mindset, like push those people to just like go further than everyone, and then like never actually go back, and then like so their attitude is their greatest tool.
And you have chosen 3 women riders, so is part of that like they're just stronger than us?
Yeah, they're way stronger than us.
Just like they're just mentally tougher too, and
and physically.
Anyways, those 3 people are all very, very awesome, and I couldn't agree more. All right, let's have a quick little commercial break here for a panorama.
Yeah, panorama.
Let's go. Jump back into the episode. I want to thank the sponsor of the Bikepacking Essentials Mini-Series, Panorama Cycles. Since we're discussing risk, safety, and the mental game, it makes a lot of sense to talk about the Panorama Taiga Hardtail MTB, which I rode throughout the past 2 years. Built from Reynolds 725 steel, this bike strikes a perfect balance between strength and comfort, absorbing trail bumps while remaining responsive. This bike has a ton of really great features such as wide tire clearance, a geometry that keeps things fun on the trail even when loaded down with gear, lots of mounting points for gear, dropper post compatibility, which comes standard, and adjustable dropouts, allowing you to fine-tune your ride. With the capability of running 2.8-inch tires, you can easily switch things up depending on what type of riding you are planning, whether gravel, dirt, or technical trails. Being made of steel, this bike will provide you a sense of security when out on the trails, knowing the bike is designed to handle the worst you could throw at it. If your bikepacking routes lean more towards single track and backcountry trails, this is the type of bike that really shines. This year, Panorama is releasing a new version of the Taiga and should be coming out in the next few weeks. Unfortunately, it hasn't been released in time for this episode. And that brings us perfectly back to today's topic, where the right bike will help you eliminate unnecessary risks, be safe out on the trail, and help you keep a healthy mindset. All right, and we're back, and we are now going to talk about mechanical failures and self-reliance. And I'm really happy Carl's here tonight.
That's my
because
part.
this is his jam.
Yeah, let's start with the practical side. I feel like this is something you can control. Things break.
You can control just the fact that things will break.
Things will break, and there is like a way to fix them. So like they're not always like, it's not always a catastrophic failure like that bottom bracket, but like just enough to make your trip like goes sideways a little bit. So
well, I know in like Johan's case, he told me after that, like all these big adventures, so when he did the Pan America solo, when he did Cape to Cape, he always carries a bottom bracket now and a tool, because he's like, it is such a critical piece and you might not be able to find it. Like a lot of things you can figure out, but on a crazy big adventure, that's like, and like where you're trying to set a Guinness record or something, you can't risk it. That's something that's
I mean, like, I want to see the world. What's his name again? Johan. Yeah. I was watching one of his episodes, and then his free hub exploded. And then he was like, I cannot pedal. So, like, I have to go up the hill walking and then just, like, going
I've seen
down.
people zip tie to, like, all the spokes.
I saw
fixed
that.
gear bike.
But there you go.
Yeah.
Now you know that. But like if you don't know, or if you don't have zip tie, you can use like twine or anything. Like there's always a way. But like
sticks.
no, exactly. There's a way. But like common issue would be like flat. Flat is the number one.
I would say number one common issue.
Yeah. It's like sidewall caught, pinch flat, or anything. After that is broken chain, bent railer hanger, brake rub or brake failure. That one is a big one.
Yeah, and that's like a really serious one. Probably slightly less common, but serious when it happens. Right?
Yeah, no, exactly. Loose bolt, which is really funny because like last trip, Emily and I for the spring rally, she lost one bolt on her Old Man Mountain rack, and then the other one was like taking itself apart. It was halfway undone.
Okay.
So like that
so
could
like
just
thread locker.
Yeah, that could have
right?
Yeah, that could have just like fall. Like rack or bag failure is like exactly that, and tire sealant problem. Like so, like I mean, like a little bit like a flat.
I mean, okay. So let's talk about like what have we had that have ended or nearly ended rides?
Yeah.
I can think of a couple off the top of my head. One was the chain issue, and that's on my Opus after about 15,000 K with 2 chains and 1 drivetrain. And I was on the way towards Quebec City with my buddy Nima, and the chain started falling off and getting caught right in the bottom of the front by the bottom bracket.
Okay.
But every time I did that, it was also digging into the carbon fiber, which really sucks.
Yeah.
I guess the chain was just worn out.
Yeah, it was, because I fixed your bike after at when you sold it. Yeah. And then at the Big Red, and then it was like, that bike, like I didn't do it, but my colleague was doing it, and he's like, that bike is so clapped out, and I was like, yeah, it looks like my friend's bike.
My friend's old bike.
Yeah.
Still a great bike. I just had a little bit of carbon damage there. And
a little bit, and then the worn chain and
that was all changed by the time I sold it. I replaced everything. Another one I had was one of the bolts on the brake caliper of my, I believe it was my Taiga, fell out while I was riding down Gatineau Park.
Oh.
And all of a sudden I saw someone was rattling, and I stopped and I was like, oh, this is loose. And the other bolt was loose. And it must have been a me thing, but it might have been from the warehouse or whatever, but I'm not sure. I think it was a me thing, because I think I got the frame and I built that bike up. Anyways,
yeah, because
I really snugged up the front bolt of those two, just to get down, and that was all I could do.
But I remember like at the Wahoo, you remember? I was riding behind you, and I was like behind your bike, and I was like, Chris, I feel like your dropout bolt is like halfway out. Then we stopped, and it was like sticking out, like one of.
Oh yeah, one of the two dropout ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So little things like that can. Ruin
You should
your day.
really use tread locker.
And tire sealant. Well, I had on my fat bike. It was so old and gummy that I couldn't even remove the valve, so I had to take side cutters and cut the valve off to put in a.
Oh
to
wow!
Put in a latex tube.
I remember this one too.
Yeah. So those are some of the ones that have like. That would have been game ender if I hadn't have been starting the ride from a hockey arena where there's a mechanical shop area and they had tools, and that could have been really bad.
Never had any on my side.
No?
No, because I'm the bike mechanic.
You're the bike mechanic.
No,
Everything
but,
can be fixed.
No, but seriously, I once, like, my funniest story about like catastrophic failure is just like I went to with my Diadora shoes. Okay, that's an important part of the story. Okay, I went with my Diadora shoes and my bike to. I wanted to go do a fire tower. Okay. At night. For those who don't know, it's like a 30-kilometer ride.
Something like that,
It's like double track, but it's kind of like rough at some point.
It's rough and it's very hilly, just up and down. Up and
So
down,
it was just like gravel bike, and I went there, and then I double flat, and my flat kit I put beside me, and then I didn't have the tube, the right tube. My valve was too short.
Oh, okay.
So like I tried to fix my tube that was in there, but I have double flat. My flat kit decided to just like blow itself like up in the wind, like just like, whew. And I was like shit, and then it went into the weed, like like a scratchy weed. How do you call that? Like a
thorn bushes.
Thistle,
or
no, the one that actually like
poison ivy.
Poison ivy. Okay, so I was like, I'm not gonna get it in there, and then I have one patch left, so I'm just like, I'm gonna fill up my tire with some stuff, and then I'll try to fix my front tire, and then so I can lean on it. And then my CO2 tank was failed, and then just emptied itself, and I didn't have a pump. So I used the little that was left to fill up my front tire, and then I started pedaling, and then something felt weird, and all of a sudden, the sole of my shoes, the carbon part of my shoes, like
delaminated. Is that the word?
No, just like unglued. The top unglued itself from the bottom. So I had like flat pedal, but that was like actually the bottom of my shoes. And then I was like leaning on the other one, and then the other one did it as well. So I have like flat. So I had shoes, and then my phone was dying, so I had like to reheat my phone to get some battery.
And luckily, you're not 200 kilometers from home.
No, I was like at the lookout, so I had to call in 5 minutes and be like, "I'm at the lookout, come get me." And then I didn't know if like it went through, and then half an hour later there was a car, and then I was like, yeah, the worst one.
Anybody out there, anybody in the chat, what have been some of the failures that have ended or nearly ended your rides, if you want to type in?
I want to have a laugh.
So Carl, while we wait for any people to message, how self-sufficient should riders be?
It depends what's the distance. Like we
sense,
always do like the expedition, overnighter, and then regular one.
That's right. We've always kind of talked in those three categories.
I mean, like if you're going like very far, I would say like you need to be very prepared. Very, very prepared, because like you're bailing yourself out.
Especially if you're going some places like Central Asia or Africa, depending where, like some things that are very simple to find here could be really hard to get hold of all of a sudden.
Exactly.
Like your bottom bracket, for instance.
So there's a list. There's a mental list. Like I did my talk.
Should make a song.
Yeah, it's like dun, 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 dun.
Patch and glue kit.
You're a teacher. It shows. Yeah, the tool that you should always carry is like a flat kit, and I'm gonna be very vague on it, but like a flat kit is like anything that's gonna fix your flat.
Right. So that's whether you're tubeless or tubed. If you're tubed, then you need patches. If you're tubeless,
you need plugs.
Kits, whatever, spare tubes, things like that.
You need a tube, but like it's last resort. And then you need a chain breaker. They're not as big as you may think. Like some of them are really small, or like the one is integrated into the tool, like in your headset. Yep. So like chain breaker is not that bad. Like a couple of tools, like Allen keys and Torx, if you're mountain biking, which most of us
A lot of people just carry a multi-tool.
Yeah, multi-tool. Right? Yeah, and then n- you shouldn't be afraid of the weight of that multi-tool because like its weight in gold
Yeah, I
is
have a Blackburn one that's pretty bulky and chunky.
but
and
you
I'm
have
like,
everything on
but
it.
it's got everything. It's got a chain tool on it, right?
Yeah, so that I would say like a good chain tool and everything to fix your flat, you're good to go.
I should add, I also have about 4 other multi-tools.
Yeah, me too. I have so many. Like Emily and I, we went to the storage unit the other day, and then she was like, "Why do you have so many multi-tools?" Like I work in the industry, they give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with
So what repairs should everyone know? Like,
yeah, that's the thing. It's just like you have the
like
tool.
what's the basics you should know, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously fixing a tire.
Yeah,
Without compromise. If there's one thing that's going to happen to you on a trail,
absolutely.
probably a tire.
You know, like another one that sounds silly, but like it's how to take your chain, your drop chain, and put it back on the chain ring. That's really dumb, but there's a lot of people that knows how to fix a flat, but if they derail, they don't know what to do, like if the chain twists and stuff like that. So that's a good one, like how to fix a chain, how to fix a flat. It's good that you have the tool, but if you don't know how to use them.
Yeah. And I remember that I was mentioning earlier how my chain fell off. Well, it also got caught in the teeth and the links got bent on a couple spots. So I actually had to remove 2 links, but then I couldn't use the full range of the cassette.
Exactly.
So I had to look at it. I'm like, well, I can't straighten this. I don't have like a Gerber or something, and probably wouldn't do a good enough job anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to have to remove 2 links and put it back together and hope for the best.
I have a very small plier, my Nipex, in my repair kit, and this is like a lifesaver, because like having the tool is something, but like not knowing what to do with it, it's like
that makes sense. Yeah.
it's not great. And yeah, I would say apart from that, like there's not a lot. Like
I would say also like maybe everybody should know how to remove their cassette in the event that they like. If you're on a big enough trip, you're going to carry tools for that. You're going to have a small chain whip or something or some method, because there's some pretty cool little hacks to do it.
Yeah. Nowadays,
so you're going to learn that, and you need to know how to do it. You can't just carry a chained whip and a cassette tool.
Yeah.
Without knowing how to use it.
It is really funny because like not too long ago, somebody told me like, oh, I snapped a spoke bikepacking, and then I had the extra spoke, and it was great. Because I could remove my cassette. It was like one of those like most modern you can like just pop the cassette, like DT Swiss and like other company like that, Novitex and like Shimano now. It just pop, and it was like, that's so convenient and easy. And then I started pedaling, and then nothing was happening because the ratchet fell. Just back. So like they were just like, oh no. So yeah, that's cool to know how to do that, but also make sure that you're like in a flat surface and clear surface, because if you're dropping some bolts, you're
I actually lost a good chunk of a toolkit in the winter because I stopped to do something and I took it out of a bag and I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought I picked it up and I hadn't. All right, let's jump into some of these messages. It's kind of explode here. Daniel says, I discovered a broken spoke just outside of Orangeville on the BT 700. Luckily, he was able to get to a bike shop and get it fixed.
Yep.
Perfect place for a mechanical. Yeah, and I mean, the BT 700 also has some really like technical riding when you get to like Mono Hills and like around that area. So if you have a broken spoke, you're putting the word I'm looking for, but your wheel's going to be at risk if you're going down some crazy stuff.
Yeah, but like broken spoke before was like a big deal because your brake was we're relying on that surface to brake. Nowadays, if you have a broken spoke and then you know that you can make it to the next place, just like twist it around your spoke and just go like that. I have a fiber fix
I have one too, yeah.
And you can use that if you know how to do it.
Did you just get it?
No, yeah. I just got it. I wanted it since 2017.
Okay.
So
I know you were asking me if I wanted to get in on an order. I already have one, yeah.
Oh yeah, I have one. Not used it yet, but I snapped the spoke, and I knew that I could make it, and it just like twisted around the other spokes. Like if you don't want to do it, easy to ride to the other place with this. If you're rim brake, yeah, that's a different story. Now you're one brake less.
All right, old woman cyclist. So Kim B had a rear rack that lost a bolt. She managed to twist tie it on and borrow a bolt from someone. She now always carries a spare. and she almost froze to death on the Long Drivers Vault
Yeah,
Spring
me
Rally
too,
last
me too.
weekend.
We were all
See,
frozen.
you guys were all using my tactic of seeing how little you could pack to survive.
Oh no, we packed a lot. I had 3 sleeping bags.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we slept in the same tent, and actually
You and Kimby.
No, no, me and Emily. But we were talking about that, and Emily said like, but we had a spare bolt on the frame. I now when I see an empty bolt like thread hole like on the frame, I put an extra bolt in it. Not always, because like sometimes like it's just like 16 bolts. It's just too heavy.
Yeah.
But just 1 or 2. It's great because like you're like
a proper bolt, not just like a bottle cage bolt.
No. I have like a spare one, and then that's what saved us.
Daniel says if you're doing quick links, make sure they are for the chain you're using and not for the chain of the bike you sold 2 years ago.
Yeah. You have like the 12.
I actually noticed that I had a couple like
11s.
I think because my Katadin is 13 and I had like an 11-speed chain link in my kit. Yeah.
That's you will be able to make it with an 11 speed. You won't be able to make it the other way. So like even if you have a 10-speed one,
right? A 13 wouldn't work on 11 because it's too.
Yeah, just put it on. Like the less speed will work as like a temporary solution.
Sure.
Yeah.
Spoke Pack. So they're actually going to be presenting at the summit in a month.
Hi.
So they say the Ligne du Mocassin, the back wheel is exploded from the weight of the child chair over the wheel and the giraffe. A giraffe?
Yeah, the giraffe is like the thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was thinking like a real giraffe. You shouldn't carry those on you. No. My husband had to walk back with the 2 kids 5 kilometers to take a 40-kilometer taxi to get a car.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, that's like, I mean, like, yeah, system weight for wheels is something that we sometimes neglect.
Yeah, and when you got kids in the mix too, it's like everything's more complicated. Like you can't hike a bike for 5Ks.
I've seen a lot of people not knowing what was the system weight, the maximum system weight, and then they were the happiest people in the world. Unfortunately, because I know what a maximum system weight is, every time I put something on my bike, I'm like, my surly ogre, I loaded, and then it was like 115 pounds, and I was like, oh, that's not good, and I was like stressed all the trip.
Emily says she always carries a spare derailleur hanger. I never do, but I really should. It's always on my bucket list of things to get.
I have the extra, like the wheel manufacturing universal one. That's what I carry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Kimby says, I also had a brake cable snap on a ride. It was about 20 feet from a deer, and it took off like a shot when it snapped. Sound like a gunshot.
Oh, wow.
Cool. And the Spoke Pack said, we started the BT after 2 flats before leaving, and it was 35 degrees plus humidex, and then a thunderstorm, and we cut part of the BT off to keep it fun.
That's the way to do it.
And we started the ride in Creemore. Lots of climbs. Oops.
Yeah.
And then it's Andrew Forknall. Extra stem bolts go a long way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like they're M4, and then you can do like, they work everywhere on the bike. Has a rack, has like a extra stem bolt if you want to snap. Like a
is that because stem bolts are stronger steel than like?
No, it's just like they're universal, and they're usually a little bit longer.
Okay.
So like you can put them everywhere, and that is like a bottle cage.
Yeah. In my toolkit, I have a little, like a pill Ziploc bag, you know, like the little ones that like maybe you dime bag.
Yeah.
That I carry like an extra brake bolt, some extra bottle cage bolts. Now there's so many on a bike, it's not important, but and then like various extras just in case.
I have M4 and M5 in a little baggie like you. But back in the day when I was working for the SRAM distributor, we had like access to all the extra titanium bolt. So I have like extra bolt, but they're titanium. My emergency bolt
keep the weight down, right?
Yeah, exactly. Racing.
All right, let's and then so so Carl, when's it okay to ask for help? Is there
I mean,
always?
always. Like you can make yourself like terrible, like trying to fix something yourself. Or, but I mean, like if you're really dead set on fixing it yourself, you're gonna make it. Like if you know what you're doing. But like if someone is around the corner, like
this is probably more a man problem than a woman problem. But I think men in general, we don't want to look like we don't know something. So we could be sitting on the side of the road, trying to fix something on your bike, and you'll see some people coming by. They're like, "You good?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then you're like, "Man, I should have asked them for help."
I'll tell you something. I've been more than 20 years in the bike industry, and I know everything, and I know nothing. So like sometimes I'm not smarter than the next one, and I just like I have no shame to ask. Like for me, it's not like a status symbol to be like in the bike industry, and like I'm not better than anyone. Like someone that could be like, oh yeah, I think you can just like jig this and this and this, and me like, oh thank you, I'm on my way again, thank you. So like, yeah.
It's true. Good point. And what is overkill versus essential when you're thinking about like bike toolkits and stuff?
Full size tools, like that's a given. Full size tools are overkill. So like don't bring like a whip, a chain whip, and a cassette cracker, like a shop grade cassette cracker. But I want to.
Mine takes a wrench, so I have to carry my vice grips.
Yeah, that's the thing. But overkill would be like, you know what? No, I know. I have the perfect answer for that. Overkill would be any tool that you don't know how to use.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, any tool that you're like, oh yeah, that's such a great tool and everything.
Or if it's weighed in pounds.
yeah, exactly. But like full size tool. But like if you don't know how to use it, it's just like it's useless. Essential, I would say, Allen keys.
Allen keys.
Allen keys.
Or like actual Allen keys, or like just a multi-tool with Allen keys.
You know what? I was team multi-tool, but like the full size, I think 15 or 20, no, probably 15 centimeter. Yeah, centimeter like Allen keys. So the full size one. Okay. Just like carry a 4 and a 5, maybe a 6 if there's like many bolt that on your bike. Well, like seriously, a 4 and a 5. That's the best thing that's
I've done
happen.
events and gone out and taken just my set of Allen keys, like especially when I'm like got a newer bike and I'm trying to make sure everything's set up. Yeah. And I just carry it in my top tube bag and put my multi-tool down lower, and because it's just more.
They're minuscule. If you want to adjust your saddle height, you can do it like really quick with the leg. So ball point on one side, the longer side ball point, and then the other side. And then just like you torque with the L, and then you finish with the ball point.
So at what point, let me ask you one, because you're a mechanic, torque wrenches. In what scenarios do you carry a torque wrench with you when you're out biking?
Traveling.
Traveling
in a different country.
Okay, so like you carry a small torque.
Disassemble. I'd say.
Or do you carry some of these ones that are like preset to like 4, 5, 6 or whatever?
I'd say yes, but like if I have like Japan, for instance, I had like to go from one place and then we would fly out the country in a different place. I couldn't leave any tools, so like I was just like relying on I know what's the torque and I can feel it, but it's not great because like sometimes you can be tired and then it's too loose. Sometimes you can be like too much energized and then you snap a bolt.
How critical is it? Like in the grand scheme of things, like, I mean, I've had so many bikes in my life and only now do I have a torque wrench and.
Carbon bikes are like critical. So when I say that I did it by hand, I had the only thing that I needed to torque were the thing that were not like carbon. So like it was like a seat post. The seat post was carbon, but like it was like it's okay. But the handlebar was just like the stem on the steer tube. So like
so it's already attached to the handlebar.
But like I know because of habits. Like I know like how tight it has to be like 5 or 6 Newton meter. But if you're traveling, there's like even one that is just like a small one with a little needle that just move. It's super cheap, and then you can like give it to someone if you want at the beginning of the trip. It's like I think it's $10. It's like super cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, like a non-digital one.
No, not like digital. Just a strain gauge.
Yeah, I forget what they call them, but yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, so like I would say like torque wrench, yes, if you go overseas, but like not in a like if you just want to move your saddle a little bit. If you do half a turn and then it move, then just do it back half a turn.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, we got a few more comments here. So, actually, Andrew says, ask yourself if you're hurt or injured if we're talking about crashing. So if you actually wipe out on your bike, like, is it hurt or am I actually injured? Yeah. So there's a big difference. I always ask kids the same thing at school. They're like, this person did this. I'm like, okay, well, you're walking right now, so that's a good sign. Like, how bad is it? Do you need to go home? And they're like, no. I said, so then carry on, walk it off. Like, you're going to be all right. Yeah. If you need to go home, then you're injured. So go home. because I don't want to deal with it. No. Multi-tool with enough tools for your bike.
Yeah.
8mm for the axles. That's a great one, Andrew. Yeah. You got to make sure at least you have that. Like, I don't like the ones where you have the little slip-on 8mm attachment.
Oh, no. On
Because
the
if
6,
you lose that, oh, man, you are pooched.
I will, okay, here's a great pieces of advice as, before you leave for a trip or for bikepacking or something, take that multi-tool and try to remove your true axle. Okay? And
because if it's too tight, you want to make
if
sure.
it's too tight, you're not going to be able to remove
Or
them.
loosen it at home, and then when you tighten it up, use that tool so you know
Exactly.
if you can loosen
Use
it with that
that,
tool.
like, so lose them up, and then after that, tighten it with that tool.
Right.
Even if it's not like at 10 Newton meter and then you're just at 8 Newton meter, it's not going to be the end of the world for a true axle. And yeah, you'll be able to fix your flat in the middle of the wood.
It's a good point.
Yep.
Awesome. So it's not really key to be a master mechanic like a la Carl Presso, but just to have the basic knowledge of how to fix the most basic issues, or to be able to problem solve, right? Look at it and say, how could this be solved?
If your tires are filled with air and your chain turn, you can make it out. Like, even if your brake don't work, you just have to go forward.
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, what are some skills worth learning? Obviously, tubeless repair.
Yep.
Hands down. Quick link install. Like, there's this little technique to it. Like, it's fairly simple. Like, you don't necessarily have to use the pliers to pop them out. You can just use pedal pressure. But you also have to make sure that they're held close enough that they're actually sitting close to those grooves so they slip in. Otherwise,
so you don't have just one clipping in.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've come to tighten a quick link and it's just popped open. I'm like, damn it, I didn't have it held tight, you know? Like,
yeah.
So little things like that. Brake pad swaps. I thought that was a really good one because a lot of people don't realize if your pads are completely worn out, the pistons are also out, just like in a car.
Yep.
And so you have to retract the pistons before you put the new pads in because you're never going to get it on your rotor.
Exactly.
I use a plastic pry bar for like
tire
lever.
Yep.
Is that?
Yeah.
That's pretty much
that's the best. That's exactly what I want you to use out there.
Yeah,
like
nothing metal, just something plastic.
If you have like an older generation of Shimano hydraulic,
like a rock and a stick and it's bang.
No. If you're like basically if your pistons are white, they're made of ceramic. Ceramics was for isolate the heat from the rotor.
Okay.
But also like when you push them on a certain angle, the back of it will bind and crack, and then pieces of ceramic will go behind your piston, and then you won't be able to retract them. And all of a sudden, like it's gonna start leaking everywhere. So like tire lever, don't use anything else. Like there's like some brake block that you can push. That are plastic, but like plastic tool if you want to push them back.
Right, makes sense.
Yeah.
Basic bolt tightening, like you said.
Yeah.
Know which tools, like use the tool you have with you to tighten things up so that if you need to loosen them, it can be done. And, especially when it's a bigger bolt, right? No.
And if like with modern bike, I would highly recommend like you getting like even the cheapest torque wrench, and go to Canadian Tire or anything and just grab that blue medium string Loctite.
Yeah, don't get the red one.
No, don't get the red one.
Too strong.
Get the blue one and then learn to put it on your bolt. So like don't put grease on certain bolts. You need to put Loctite and then they won't back out like I did last weekend.
And tire booting, I've never had to do it, but I've always on big, like when I did the Western Canada one, I had a tire boots with me just in case.
Yeah.
I think I had to use one time SEMA's Birdie when we first were riding it because it had like a BMX type tires, blew up, and I had to like duct tape and everything. Like I literally had to tape around the tire.
Oh wow!
It was so pooched, but we were on the island of Montreal. We were just about to cross into Longueuil. No, not Longueuil, Repentigny.
Yeah.
And I searched and I found a bike shop and I was like, we just got to make it there. Like I'll just keep retaping this thing if I have to. We made it.
Yeah, you can fix the tubeless on the road now. There's a kit from Lesign, or you can use Loctite 404. Yeah, usually tire booting, like you can sew your tire as well,
Right.
like with some thread. And yeah, that's kind of like you're in deep territory there.
Yeah, and then cable swaps. You got to know. You should figure out how to do a cable swap because it's also important to learn how to adjust your cables because you never know what could happen. They could just slip. If you're not electronic and you're using cable derailleurs and it slips and all of a sudden everything shifts terribly, right?
But having some speed is better than not having any speed. So even if if you didn't adjust it properly, not the end of the world. But at least you can either fix your derailleur or you know what? There's also the other extreme. You can also just single speed. Learn how to single speed your bike. There's some bike that is possible. There's some
How
other.
do you do that? Is that most bikes it's around the 5th or 6th gear because that's the straight line? Or?
You could play with your limit, your derailleur limit to put your derailleur. Let's say you snap your cable, you can put your derailleur on the 1, 2, 3, 4th, 5th, 5th gear, by maxing out the eye limit. Or if you have let's say a Taiga, panorama Taiga, those are sliding dropout. So you could cut your chain and pull your wheel completely at the back, and then until you get tension. Let's say you're ripped off your derailleur. So there's possibility. There's not a lot of people that needs to do that, but it can get you out of the wood if there's any problem.
Right, makes sense.
The best skill is to know how to improvise.
True.
Yeah.
Just have the ability to think outside the box. And actually, as a teacher, that's something we do really well here in Canada. As we teach kids to think outside the box, where having taught in other places in the world, they don't. It's very much ABC step by step, and the fact of trying to think outside the box is really tough. Anything up there in the text? Somebody says Google skills are pretty key. Yeah, Daniel. Anything. Park Tool. All the videos are good. If you have internet access, you will not go wrong.
Yeah, Park Tool is the best.
You pack your fears. Fears are heavy.
Heard that, Emily.
That's Andrew Forknell.
Yeah, I know.
And then Daniel says, do you carry this stuff to sew a tire?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. It's a large needle. So it's
buy one of those curved ones that are for
it's the curved one and
for upholstery, right?
Yeah, and something that is really solid is nylon, which is literally
dental floss.
Dental floss.
Yeah, you can use dental floss.
Dental floss is super solid, and it's also a little bit wider. So because if you use a regular string, it's too small and it's really solid and it has no give to it. So when you do it, it's gonna pull off the tire and then maybe rip it. How the dental floss is really wide, so it's gonna flex with your tire and everything, and there's no chance of failure.
Awesome.
So yes, I do.
I never do, Daniel, but that's me. I should. There's a lot of things I should do.
Yeah.
And I've been saying for a few years now, the one thing I really want to improve on is my first aid kit and my repair kit. Two things that I know they're not ideal.
I'm not taking mine these days because I don't know where it is.
Fair enough.
Winter was long.
Let's jump into the next part of the discussion. That's weather, isolation, and bailout thinking. So
now you're the expert.
Yeah. When things are going wrong, a route that can feel really, really comfortable in sunshine can really flip the script with heavy rain, extreme heat, cold wind, and storms or early darkness, because depending on the time of the year, right?
Yeah.
I would say my biggest bailout moments on rides have been due to extreme heat.
Yeah.
And extreme cold, just cold. I feel like those are the ones that kill me the most. Hot and cold. 40 degrees, with your butt just sliding on a saddle for 10, 12 hours is not good.
Yeah.
Not a pretty picture.
Yeah, when you look at a distance on the road and then everything is kind of blurry, shaky. You're oh yeah, that's a hot one.
And last thing there, Andrew says Canadian cash works quite well as a last resort tire boot. I guess because of plastic money now.
I was about to mention it because even the whole $2, we're really good with this, and then we would always carry a $2 bill. But then now they're $5. So it's kind of the same price as
boot.
It's the same price as a tire boot. So just bring a tire boot. No chance that you spend that.
And they're decent size. So you could probably just keep it in your wallet.
Yeah,
and
it's a card side. Yeah. And then you will spend that $5, and then you'll have the flat after.
So so for me personally, Canadian Shield, I forget which distance I was out to ride, but end of day one, I was so chafed up from the absolute hot weather. And a big part of that is because the Canadian Shield Bikepacking Route has some pretty tough single tracks. So not aside from that, you're doing a lot of climbing up Tower of Power, which is hard work. So you tend to shift around on your saddle a little bit more.
Yeah.
Start wearing your body out, and then when all of a sudden your body realizes how much pain it's in, and the heat has destroyed you. And even 2 summers ago when I did the 1150, I took a whole day off in Rivière Rouge.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just played on the rocks and swam in the water.
I remember
it
that.
was hot.
I remember that. I was like, Chris is like swimming. That's like the first time
it's
I see him
unusual
in
for
video.
Chris to be doing something relaxing.
Yeah. No, for me, it's about the same. It's the second time with Emily on the BT. It was so hot that like my entire body was just like sweat.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no. We went to the hotel. I sat in the cold bath for like an hour.
Yeah, and then cold, I think. I mean, like, my hands are really susceptible. So I remember just riding La Rose Forest with Seema. It was -8 out. I had my outdoor research gloves on, inside my big pogies. I had my Blivet boots, -8, with socks and stuff. And I was so cold. And Seema's like, can you put my gloves in your pocket? It's too hot. And she had no pogies, nothing. And I was like, this is the problem of a Canadian who grew up in the cold and has destroyed their body, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But like, I suck with the cold, man. Like, I've stopped rides. So circa 2020, I was riding and I was near Shawinigan, and I was like stopped at every gas station and bought another layer of gloves, and like it was just freezing. Like my hands could not handle it.
I can survive the cold, but the heat is my like bane.
Yeah, so I mean, weather, it is what it is. I've never experienced like hailstorms while bikepacking in that sense. Like I don't think I have. Cold wind is wind. I don't know. Like I usually have layers enough for that. I think the big one is heat for me.
Yeah,
it's just a killer.
And we get like more and more like heat wave episodes around.
Yeah, it does
here,
feel like our summers are getting hotter.
Yeah, we'll need to move.
Thank God for pack rafts.
Oh yeah.
And then isolation, right? Like sometimes it's not just the weather, but it's like realizing you're in the middle of nowhere and you have no cell phone connection. You have no Spotify all of a sudden because you forgot to subscribe and download some music or whatever, right?
Never happened.
Whatever the case might be. Or you're just really, really far from a town, and that's really, really, it can be hard.
And there's no quick exit. But you know what? This is where I thrive. This is like, for me, this is like the best scenario. For me, like
away from everything?
Away from everything, no option B. Like, there's no option B. Just go. Just go straight. Is your bike okay? Yes. Is your body okay? Yes. Your mental is a little bit like, so. There's nothing you can do. So just go, and then I work so well with this.
Yeah. I don't mind the isolation. Like, on my Western Canada ride, like, you know, after, like, I was with somebody for a couple days, and then I was solo for a while, and then I met Fedor, and we were together for probably 6 or 7 days as we made our way to Whitehorse. And then after that, I was solo again. And sure, you meet people on the side of the road, but it's different, right? But I found like I started singing a lot more to myself out loud. So maybe there's a little bit of insanity coming in.
Oh, I do too. So.
But I actually started like making up songs in my head. And then like, I was like, they're actually pretty good. And I was like singing them out loud and like recording them. I'm never going to play them for anybody, but
you should bike with Emily and I. Like, this is like our entire thing. We have a catalog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Walk, yeah.
Flat road goes on forever. Yeah, it's mostly like on
like a series of songs.
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of posts here.
Wow.
Daniel says I tried e-transferring my tire. It didn't work. You got to carry real cash, buddy. Emily mentioned you guys were crusty from the salt from your sweat. That's gross.
Yeah.
Daniel says the area around Meaford, it's so bad. Gets particularly bad during the heat wave. There's no escaping it. And Meaford is really...
the Meaford General Store?
I mean, that's where Meaford is, yeah.
Yeah. That's where I quit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. That's where I made it to Meaford Tim Hortons when I bailed out and took the hitchhiked all the way back.
Meaford is kind of like the breaking point.
It's like everybody's, Meaford, like I did my basic training there too as a reservist 26, 7 years ago. Mosquitoes were really bad there. It's all swamps and stuff. It's
the
awful,
worst place in
awful
the world. Yeah.
Beautiful neighborhoods. Kimby says, last weekend I stopped at Mark's work warehouse to buy sweatpants to sleep in. Oh, no way. You were that cold.
That was super cold. No, I'm not kidding. It went down. Emily woke up in the morning, saw the bag.
So that was between like the Ottawa camping and the next camping.
No,
she stopped to go shopping.
Yeah, but at the brewery, there were frost on the bag in the morning. Yeah.
And then Emily is now singing the song on computer. Flat, flat roads, they're so straight and flat.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the reason the Army base was placed in Meaford. Yeah, because nobody else wanted to be there.
There's a lot of space. Okay, back on the program.
So anyways, yeah, I quite like a bit of solo time. I also like being able to jump on the phone and call somebody, but like I enjoy riding by myself. But I was actually, I traditionally have enjoyed riding by myself, but recently I realized the last couple of years I've been kind of down on the whole just getting out and riding, and I think I've enjoyed a lot more the social aspect of it, where previously I was always like, how far can I go? Nobody's crazy like me, so I'm just going to go by myself and happy-go-lucky. But now I realize I really starting to appreciate friend time and bikepacking with humans.
If I go with people, I love it. If the plan is to go with people, like the first thing is go with people, and after that, like distance or whatever, like go with people is amazing. But if I go alone, like I'm completely the other way. I need like to be like, I should probably call Emily and let her know that I'm still alive, even though she can see where I am with the tracker. Like I'm like, I need to communicate with the world, because I can go like 3 days, no communication, just like. So, that's not my mental challenge. No.
What about bailout thinking? I know
that's
we
my
talked,
mental challenge.
Now to the challenging one. A lot of riders plan a route forward, but they don't necessarily have the lefts, rights, and exits figured out, right?
Yeah.
They haven't looked at the evacuation map. And I know, like you said, that it's really hard. I think this is something I've struggled too. There's a big difference between, what am I thinking, smart riders versus, I wouldn't say stupid riders. I would just say like unprepared or like,
yeah, I
don't know.
It's
risk unaware.
Yeah, or let's say like blissfully ignorant.
Yes. So like just having an idea of how you can get off the route, right? Like I think Daniel mentioned, knowing that there's a bypass can go a long ways.
A loop is always.
It could also be really bad.
Like a loop is a circle, huh? So like you can always like apart if there's like a river or a cliff, like there's always a shortcut. Yeah, that's the worst.
And sometimes point-to-point events might be better in that sense because
exactly.
Yeah, you have to figure out navigation to get home or like transportation. But man, not having that bailout option of
you just go straight and that's it. But also, like, if you go multi-day, you can be like, there's a different thing. Like, it can be like, where can I find water? Where can I find shelter if I need to, or like a place to sleep, or like there's other thing than just a bailout. That just like, where's the fastest exit? And it's just like there's also like a logistic on the road, and
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I usually, if I'm going to be doing an event like the BT or Log Drivers or Canadian Shield, I've made a POI list of places where there's water, where there's food, where there's shelter, whether it's hotels or campsites or, like a big forest where I know I could hide away.
I have a good one for you. What's your opinion on the hotel?
They're comfortable.
Yeah.
The only downside about a hotel is like you can't be in a hurry because you're going to be there longer than you expect. Like I feel if I'm in a race, like, okay, I'm going to think of like Megan Hakkinen when she does hotel nights when she's racing. That's different because she knows like this is budgeted, that like this is time where I'm going to get good sleep. I'm going to have a chance to shower. But she's still in and out. She's not staying for 8 hours, 10
No,
hours,
no,
right?
she just like sleep a little bit, wash up.
But when I stay in a hotel, I'm there from like, if I was in the prairies somewhere and there was a huge storm coming and I grabbed a hotel, I stayed the next day till checkout time because, like, why would I leave this place earlier? I still had half a large pizza to eat. There's sitting on the bed next to me where I fell asleep. Right?
There's a lot of people that think that it's cheating, and then it was like the mindset a couple of years ago. It's just like, oh no, you're bikepacking. If you go to the hotel, then like you're cheating.
Yeah,
it's not really bikepacking.
I was actually just watching a video by Everything's Been Done where he talks about bikepacking with like as a buildup from like he called it light packing, and I don't know if I'd call it that, but he kind of said
credit card touring.
He said I don't like the idea of calling it credit card touring because I'm like realistically, every aspect of bikepacking is already involved a credit card to a significant amount.
Yeah.
So
you paid for your tent with
but
your
like
credit
whether
card.
you call it light packing, I used to call it fast packing or
Yeah.
like, but fast packing is also like a bikepacking, so it's kind of
Yeah.
confusing. But yeah, I'm not against it. Like that's what we did in Europe. It was great. Like
That's
we
amazing.
had a kid with us. Like we didn't want to have to sleep in tents and figure that out. Like
But I mean, like 1 or 2 day in the tent, and then you break it in a hotel room, like for a night. You just wash yourself up, and then you just continue. That's kind of like I love that. Or a camping with very great shower.
right.
Yeah, I'm not the stinky one.
Yeah. And then here it says, party pace with the right squad cannot be beat. That's Andrew.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree.
absolutely.
And Emily says, I think that knowing the route really well, knowing where resources are, pharmacies, bike shops, etc., can help you to know where you can get supplies and have a full bailout.
And now
Versus having to fully bail out. Yeah.
And now you know why I'm not doing this, because like she's doing it. Thanks, honey.
And she also says, if you or your bike are injured,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and you can combine your hotel stay with laundry, and it helps a bit with efficiency. I
Yes.
agree with that. That's
Yeah,
a huge
yeah.
one. And Daniel says, until there's a massive sponsorship paycheck at the end of the route, I don't particularly worry about following the rules.
No, exactly. Exactly. I love it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think like we're all going. A lot of people are actually going with a racing mentality, but they're
Mm.
not racing. It's not gonna change anything if they just like do that, or they just like go to sleep in an hotel. You're not gonna have like the medium.
If you're
FTT.
not right at the pointy end, then, I mean, I guess it's just your personal sense of accomplishment saying, I rode EFI every effing inch, right? Like,
Yeah, but
and
also
some people
like,
want that. They want to say, like, I've done it. I rode this route. I did not miss any of it. I did the whole thing. I
and
rode this
then
route.
on the rule of the FKT, just by the way, hotel is not supported. It's still unsupported because like
That's right.
you do it yourself. So
Yeah, as long as you don't pre-book. I believe you're supposed to book everything after the start of the ride. So you should
Yeah.
be riding your bike saying, hey, Siri, call so-and-so, and then booking. You could have the numbers saved in your phone. That would make life easy.
yeah.
Um,
But back on it, it's like knowing how to leave a route can be. I feel like it's more like can be as much important as knowing how to ride it or where to go.
like how to leave, like how to get out safely or
Yeah,
get
exactly.
back to where
Yeah.
you need to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, should we? Okay, that's it, Dan. No more comments there. Let's talk about mental lows, motivation, and possibly solo headspace. I quite, like we said, I quite enjoy it.
Mhm.
I don't know if these, I guess they don't get talked about enough. People tend to get together. They don't talk about these topics. They talk about all the big ones in the first 4 episodes. Or gear, bikes, tires. So everybody
Yeah.
loves to talk about tires ad nauseum.
Technology.
Sometimes nothing's actually wrong, but like mentally, you just feel run down, right? So, and I think it's no different in our day-to-day life versus bikepacking, right? Sometimes you're just not motivated.
Yeah.
Like, it's now May. It's tomorrow. It's May. And I
Still
know a lot of teachers right now are like, it's getting to be a real struggle. Every day you're like, oh my God, 30 some more days of school. Like, okay, 37, 36. Like, because, you know, the repetitive nature of teaching or doing whatever, like, can kill motivation.
Yeah.
It can, there's tough times. Loneliness, it can get boring. I mean, I was lonely on the Canadian Shield XL 2 years ago because I missed my daughter and wife, and you know, it was definitely hard. I managed to push 1 extra day, do what I wanted, and then I figured out my safest route home.
I'm never lonely. Seriously,
Ever?
no. I
No?
feel like if I fill up a test online and like sure I'm gonna be like on the spear end of autism, unfortunately for me.
Emily, he just told me he missed you deeply just a little hour ago.
I'm
Swear to
never
God.
lonely. I enjoy other people presences, but like when I'm alone, I'm not.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not something.
What about anxiety? Do you ever have anxiety when you're out
Ah.
biking long distances or like?
I feel like I'm not a super anxious person. I'm a super stressed person,
Mm,
but I don't feel like I'm that. I'm always like, you know what? Like we can do this and this and this. It's not the end of the world. It's like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like we talked about that the other day. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be anxious about
yeah.
it. And I have no control over a situation, there's no point.
Mhm.
There's no point of being anxious.
Yeah, I don't feel like I get particularly anxious or stressed. I guess it's just the nature of. Emily says lies, lies.
I said that I'm stressed. I'm not anxious. That's
So I think
way
she's talking
different.
about the loneliness.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Or maybe not. Anyways, yeah, I don't really get super anxious. I don't get super stressed either. I think that's one of my strong suits. Lots of people do.
You want to be with someone that is how can I say that? Like that's not gonna fuel up your anxiety or your stress. Like when we ride together, it's just like, okay, there is now a hike a bike. Okay, now this trail that we were supposed to go to is underwater. So like, okay, let's just change.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, I have a flat. Okay, it's just like it's just like I think we're more analytic to the situation than stressing out about it. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think if I was with somebody that was really stressed about all the aspects that like things that don't stress me, it would be completely flipped. I'd be like, "Oh my God, this person is stressing me out by being stressed. Their stress is stressing me out, even though I'm not. Shouldn't be, like, or just annoying me. Their stress is annoying me."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you like annoying. Like frustration can be another one.
Emily, you seriously, the Japanese characters, I don't know what that means.
I think they're emoji. And, yeah.
It's an emoji on the phone, but here it's okay. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Andrew says there's a difference between anxiety and awareness of your situation.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you don't like there's like the reality of the thing and what you can do with it, and just like something that could happen and something that didn't happen yet. So yeah.
Yeah, and frustrations, that is something that I do get affected by.
Really?
Yeah, just getting frustrated with like things. So in the instance of like the BT 700 where I was having to hold my light on my handlebars, and it wasn't making me quit. I was just getting really pissed off.
You were not showing it.
No?
No.
I think
I was so out of it and over caffeinated.
I was probably 100 kilometers away from you by that point. Like,
oh no, when you were alone. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
like-
at the beginning. Oh, no.
but like just little things like, the light's not working, the dynamo's not responding. Like I'm getting frustrated and it's bothering me, but I think maybe I'm good at hiding that.
Yeah.
I look like, oh, we'll just take it as it comes. But like sometimes deep down, it's just slowly eating away at me. Not in terms of the stress, but more of the just frustration
Yeah.
and annoyance. Emotional crash after a hard push. I don't know. I don't know what that meant. I don't know why I wrote that.
Yeah, I don't feel that as well.
No,
Like,
and
I just,
questioning why we were out there, like Neil deGrasse Tyson was, like, why are we out here?
yeah,
Why is the sky blue? No.
no, I mean like that's the best one, because like when I used to race, I was like, I can't believe that I paid money to be here.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like running up a mountain, like a half marathon up a mountain, and then I was like, I can't believe that I paid money to suffer that much. And then now with bikepacking, I'm like, I can't believe it's free and I still did it. I'm still like,
That's a good
why
point,
why do I doing it? And I'm not even like, I didn't even pay.
I didn't register, so I'm
I
not
didn't
like
even-
committed to this
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. What I'm doing this. Yeah.
Do you have any low moments that, obviously, right?
Yeah, what time is it? 9:19. We have until like midnight. Yeah, but the funny thing is, I don't know if someone told me to do that or I decided to do it myself. But I started talking And sometimes talking with people. So like there's people around you and you're like, oh, I don't feel like so well. And then just like getting it outside of yourself. But sometimes when I'm alone, I'm just talking to myself.
Oh yeah.
And I hope there's no one to see me because I'm just talking alone to myself. And it's like, Carl, you know what? Like, I think you should like just like tone it down just a little bit, and then you'll be okay. Like, just breathe. And then if someone just walk by and just see guys like back there and just like, well, you know what? It's just like, this guy's crazy. But I register the emotion, and then I'm able to take a more rational approach to those emotions.
Interestingly, I think Daniel LeBlanc's comment is very close to what I go through. Is like I try to like I take those low moments and I make them into like anger. Not like anger like I'm hating somebody, but it says on the BT 700 he tends to get mad at Matt Cady, usually around Creemore. And I remember on the BT 700 I was giving her, I was doing well, but I must have cursed Matt 1,000 times would be an understatement. Like
I cursed Eric and Jen a lot.
And I think like just taking this frustration and this emotional baggage you're carrying and like unleashing it.
Yeah.
Like it's good for the soul.
No. I mean, like if you're frustrated, like it's good to get it out. Like it's better outside than in, except for food.
And then the spoke pack says, haha, the Katieisms. Yep.
I never heard about this one, but now I know.
I like that. That's a good term for it. Yeah, and so we were saying like for these mental lows, I think some of the simple causes are, just fuel.
Hunger.
Hangry.
Yeah.
Just or not getting the right fuel. So like, sometimes like just stopping and having a real meal.
Oh yeah.
Whew.
Oh.
Like
that's what I love the most about like bike packing long distance or stuff like that. It's just like sometimes you stop and then you eat real food. Because if you're just like feeling like you're in the race, like it can be a long time. Yeah. Apart from food, I would say like poor sleep too.
Yeah, bad night's sleep.
Yeah.
Carl, at BT 700 that first night, he didn't wake up, but when I woke up after my hour of sleep, he was just like, F you.
Oh yeah, and you were
you were snoring, you look so comfortable, like I hate you.
Night zero in the car when we both slept in your car, you were also snoring, so like I never slept. So I didn't sleep the night zero, I didn't sleep the night one, and then I slept next to your car because you went with your car key.
There we go. So night 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. Dehydration. That can really, really ruin you. And I find that I tend to not drink enough. So
me neither.
When I'm really feeling hard motivation and mentally down, it's probably water is a big part of it. Weather stress, if heat can mess with my mind a lot.
I mean, if I know it before going, that's going to stress me out.
Deer flies.
Ugh.
Deer flies. That should have been the only thing on this list.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Deer flies. Mosquitoes in Gatineau Park, if you're biking or going slow, they suck, but deer flies
bugs
suck all the time.
Just bugs in general. I got bitten by a spider a couple of years ago, and then I didn't have enough Wi-Fi or cell signal to actually search what spider bit me.
Oh.
So I was like, is it poisonous?
What are all these rings
for? Yeah.
And I'd say too much time alone in your head. It's not really an issue for me, but it can be for people. Like some people are more social and they need to be social all the time, and just too much quiet time is really tough.
They just like spiral like it.
Yeah. So I think we can discuss some like helpful tools to help you overcome some of these problems.
Listen out, people. Those are good.
Eat first, analyze later.
Yep.
I think like if you're having a hard time, my general rule of thumb too is if things are really going to shit, I stop, I pause, and I eat a snack.
Yeah, and if it's still shit, then it was a valid reason.
Sitting on the side of a trail with a bag of beef jerky will always make you happy.
Yeah.
Unless you're a vegetarian.
Next one I would say, but there's like
Veggie burger.
Yeah,
I don't know, veggie jerky.
there is stuff. There is stuff. Change one variable. So like stop layer up or off. Grab a snack or
Put a podcast on.
Yeah, put some music. Sleep.
Yeah, I added that as the last one because I think like having a sleep is, like that's when everything else is falling apart and you're like, I'm gonna have a nap.
Yeah.
Or a nap is even smaller. Like you're gonna say I'm gonna sleep and wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna reevaluate.
Yeah, I can't nap unfortunately. So like for me, it's a sleep.
Right on.
Yeah.
And I see here like another one is just like focus on short intervals, right? Like the next hour or the next 100 kilometers or next 50 kilometers.
The next 10K.
Next 10K.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant 25K away. Like, let's just get 10K and then we'll figure this out.
Yeah. 100 kilometer is 10 times 10K. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you can focus 10 times.
I asked Jonas Dykman once. I was like, okay, so how do you look at the big picture when you're cycling to Ushuaia from Alaska and you're trying to go in a record time? He's like, it's just a whole lot of 100-kilometer rides.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I'm just looking at 100 kilometers ahead, and I was like, if I can get there, I can refill water, I can have food, blah, blah, blah.
There's another one.
The next 100K, Emily says, real food is the best. 2 burgers.
Two burger.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, because like that's a call if we have like 2 burger, like 2. It's just like after a big ride, we're just like we're gonna go like to A&W, which is the best place in the world after a big ride, and we're just like 2 burger, and it's just like, oh, that's too much, but we're like 2 burger. Yeah.
Sitting on the side of the trail, eating food and contemplating my life choices is why I bring a camp chair. Oh, that's so smart, Daniel.
You need to bring a camp chair.
I need to get one. I don't have
one. Like you need one.
Folk, yeah, we said, remember, moods are temporary. That's a really good one. Like a really bad mood can swing. Put on some happy music. Like
go in the park and
call
just
somebody.
chill.
Call your wife.
Yeah.
Call your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little nap. Like you'll wake up and your mood will be changed, or like like things flip. I know for myself. I told in the last one, call someone if needed. I remember telling my wife once. I said, Seema, like if I ever call you and I'm sounding like I'm down and I'm like I'm tired and I'm exhausted, you do not tell me. Just come home, right? Like your only mission is to say, Chris, you got this. Keep going. Like have a rest, do this or whatever. Give me advice, but do not encourage me to quit because I'm too vulnerable at that point in time. Like I
will say yes.
I need you to like be like, don't give up.
What did go well? Like what was the highlight of your day? And then those kind of questions that are not like, oh, you're suffering. You like focus on this. And then,
Otherwise, it's really easy to just mail it in right there. You know, like.
Yeah.
So like not every bad thought deserves a big decision. Just, let bad thoughts pass and make the big decision to wait.
one of the greatest advice that LP gave me is just like, just put your bike like 10 meters away from you. Just go sit on the side of the trail and just take 10 deep breaths. And then just like let it go. Just calm yourself down.
And then throw the bike off the cliff.
Yeah.
So the Spoke Pack says, day 1 on the Butter Tart and a new model. Suck it up, Butter Tart.
I love it.
They have all the good lines. So riding within your limits, I think, is another really important part when it comes to the mental.
Yeah.
I think ego can get expensive, and it could also
just the unknown.
Yeah,
just the fact that you don't know what's your distance. You don't know, like you see a lot of people that post routes on your website or like bikepacking.com or any like routes that are website with routes, and you're like, that's the normal. I should ride like 100K a day. That's the normal. Like I had someone not too long ago like, we want to do the Malbay XL. I want to do it again, and then he was like, oh, I want to do the 4x4, and they just posted it on bikepacking.com, and then he was like, oh, I want to do it in 2 days, and the distance is not that big. The distance is like, I think 200K. The elevation is like 8,000, something like that.
There's a lot of hike bike on that one.
And there's a lot of Ica bikes, so like I was like, are you sure you want to do that, or you don't want like, or would you like to do like the Malbay XL? And then he looked at it and was like, oh yeah, that makes way more sense. That looks fun. And I said like, yeah, because like we see stuff and we're like, this is the norm.
This is what we have to do.
This is what we have to do. And like, it's way different sometime.
Yeah. And I think we've all been there, right? Like trying to keep pace with the stronger rider.
Yeah.
You know, like just burning yourself out. Even the time where I bailed on the BT, I wasn't planning to race. Somehow I let my brain talk me into it. And then I was trying to keep up with these guys who were ready to race. And I did keep up with them for about the first 100K. But then I also put myself into a bit of a hole, right? So mentally, like physically, I was like burned myself off the candle from both ends. And like you said, internet stories. Oh my God, how many routes you see online, or how many blogs or videos, and everything looks super easy. But realistically, it's not the case, right?
No, it's just like there's also like, unfortunately, if you're looking at the Tour Divide, there's the race culture all around it. There's just like,
you want your dot to change colors.
Exactly.
Like to push.
Exactly. It's just like, this is bikepacking, but this is not bikepacking. This is a race. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Like you can go with like a pair of like extra bib and 2 bars if you want to go. That's not bikepacking. That's racing. It's like saying like the Tour de France is a ride around the countryside. Yeah.
Yeah. And the race culture will really get you. And I think also like making plans, but not for the right time. So like if you make a plan, you know, and you're planning to ride something at the start of summer, and then all of a sudden you wait till August because something happens, that plan might not be feasible anymore because now it's 35, 40 degrees outside. Exactly. Right? So,
and there's deer fly and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Or now you're waiting in like you're in some country and it's monsoon season. Doesn't make sense.
And everything is closed because like you're past like summer season, and all of a sudden you're past September, and now everything is closed on Monday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or planning your route. Oh my God, everything is shut on Monday. Yeah. I guess like for me, it's trying to keep up with people. It's been one of my big ones is like riding beyond my means.
Yeah,
when I'm not ready for it, you know.
Exactly the same. Exactly the same for me. It's like my nose on top of my phone, trying to look at other people's dot, and just be like not enjoying my time, just like pushing. It's like, oh no, they cannot catch up, and it's just like it just become a game of Frogger.
Yeah,
you're on the bike, you're like Stravaing, you're like Zwifting on your bike, you're outside because like
you're not paying attention at all.
You're not paying attention. You're just looking at your phone and just like, no, this is the race. It's like, I don't know, like you're outside. We're in Canada, so like we're stuck inside for most of the time, 6 months a year. So like when I'm outside, I want to see the waterfall. I want to see and
I think I'm slowly getting to that point too, where it's like less of the race mindset and more of like enjoy the moments you have here because it's so beautiful. And,
exploring even at low speed or like
Spokepack says, yeah, we did the BT in 10 days. Some do it in 56 hours, I think. Yeah, it was 56 hours when I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I would love to go back for 10 days. I would actually love to go ride the BT maybe in the next couple of years with Seema and Jasmine. Jasmine will slow me down enough by supporting her that it'll help Seema as well. And I think it'd be a really, really fun family trip.
Yeah, I think it's a cool route in the term of there's a lot of also like resupply points, and it's quite different, but I think it's one of the nicest one to do if you're not pushing.
And then Daniel says, I see so many riders crushing out 400-kilometer routes and calling them overnighters. Then when I try the route, it takes 5 days. Kimby says, sitting on the log in the rain, eating a dry bun mid-ride still beats most days at work. That's a good point.
No, actually, I don't think that's true.
I mean, you have a good, your job. You have a good boss.
I mean, like I have a good, but there's some people I used to have like an office job, and then some people are just like, oh, a hard day on the bike is better than like a day at the office. I was like, no, I'm at the AC working on my computer, listening to some music. No, I love to be on the bike. I'm joking.
Yeah, I think knowing your limits, is a big part of it. So, being aware of your current fitness level. That's one thing that bothers me is because I know I'm not where I was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years is a long time.
And you still compare yourself.
And you compare yourself all the time, and you
Yeah.
can't do it because, and I think that's why I'm enjoying more, like when we did Forêt au Haro last year. Like, I really enjoyed that because I no longer was like, I wasn't like, well, we got to race. Like, we were out to just enjoy and have fun. And
yeah, we had
ride
extra
bikes.
time.
Yeah.
But I remember when we planned that, you showed me the route, and then I was like, no, cut it up. Like, cut it shorter. And then you said, like, oh, okay, maybe we can, like, start from this place and then go over there. And then after that, I was like,
shorter more.
I was like, no, cut it shorter. Like, and then at the end, it was just like an amazing, like, how long was it?
150 something.
150. And
Not a super long route.
not a super long one, but like it's
But my
challenging.
mindset was like, it's got to be longer. We're going to push ourselves. We're going to like
Exactly.
kill ourselves here. And
Yeah.
and ultimately it was thank you. It was a great
Yeah.
route. Skill level is also a huge one. Like, I know people that, my buddy Alex, he's a good bike packer. He bikes a lot of things, but he's like, I am not a mountain biker.
Yeah.
And like, we've done some stuff in the Gatineau Park. We were trying to do GP13 one year, GP12,
GP12.
12, and a lot of the trails that I put a dust down, he just walked down. I'm like, oh, okay, I really planned this badly for you because I didn't realize you're not a mountain biker.
Yeah, walking is way slower than riding. So yeah.
And as we mentioned, obviously knowing your limits towards weather. If like me, I get cold hands, cold feet, like it can really suck, and it does suck. I'm better with sleep deprivation. That doesn't bother me as much.
I am not. I love my good night of sleep, but I can survive on a 4-hour sleep night. So yeah, I cannot survive on a 1 hour Chris snoring next to me.
Yes. Especially because I'm trying to stay warm, so I'm like lying on my back, not moving, and that's like everything. Nutrition status. This is actually something I struggle with, and I think that also has effects on my limits. But it's like what I consume and how it reacts. So like sometimes I end up riding, and it's like your body's not ready, and you just end up throwing up the food you ate because you haven't digested, right?
Yeah.
Waiting an extra 30 minutes is probably better than chucking up all the nutrition you just took in to then be in the negative again.
Or like on my coaching racing day, it's better like to eat a little bit all the time than trying to, because like you're like, oh no, I forgot to eat, and then you just like shove everything and then you puked on the side of the road.
Yeah.
So.
And I think emotional bandwidth too. Like how fragile are you? Like sometimes I feel like I'm really fragile and sometimes not so much.
Yeah. I mean, like if you don't really feel like the trip, and then you're like, I don't feel this is gonna go well.
Yeah.
Like sometimes just like take a moment to breathe it out, and then like do something to make you happy.
Right. Yeah. So I guess sometimes just be smart.
Yeah.
Make things easier.
Yeah.
Fix the problems. Shorten the route. Stop early. Have a sleep.
Yeah.
Take the pavement option if you really need to. Like if you're really, really done mentally,
you can complete
the other road that's paved.
Yeah, you can complete the route. Like I remember at Waro at the end, we have to go over the mountain, and then at first I was like, no, I'm just gonna go around. I'm just gonna go around, and just
and because there was the mountain bike section coming up.
Yeah, and I was just like, just because we were on the road on the pavement, I was like, okay, this is easier. It kind of like just like taper it down until I was like, okay, now I'm ready.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Because we stopped at that junction. We're like, all right, do we go mountain biking now, or do we just call it a day? Because the rain was coming. We were getting like rain on and off, and like
we just went for it, and it was amazing.
And like we said, get a motel if you need. That's always a happy time, because if you're in a motel, you can now call food delivery and get like a pizza or get whatever you want, man. Turn around.
Yeah, turn around and call it. If you're close to the beginning, just like turn around, like.
Yeah. All right, cool. Anybody have thoughts on that?
Yeah, we're running late.
Yeah, it's been a long one today.
Yeah.
I think these micro topics take so much more time.
Yeah. And we're chatty.
So let's just talk really quickly about some of the common mistakes, the most common mistakes, I guess. First one I'd say is ignoring small problems.
Yeah.
When you first notice them, whether it's like, I think the big one for me is like the saddle. You realize it's a little too low.
Yeah.
And you're like, I should stop and fix this. I'll fix it later.
Yeah.
And then you forget. And then by the time you notice it and you remember, like your knees are aching.
Wait, that happened to me last weekend. My saddle
Did
was
it?
too high, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go up that hill, and I was like, I'm not racing. So I just like went on the side, like drop it down, and I was like immediately comfortable.
I guess like confusing stubbornness with toughness, right? Like being
Yeah.
stubborn doesn't mean being tough.
No.
Pushing deep into a bad situation just to be the man is not necessarily.
And then you hurt yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay to be tough and like to be able to push yourself, but like being stubborn dumbly, like not stopping when things are aching or like, you know, there's a difference between sore muscles and sore joints.
Oh yeah.
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 The number 3, I guess, no repair knowledge, right? Do not go out bikepacking with zero knowledge of how to fix the most basic things. Like
Or carrying tool that you don't know how to use. Yeah. No, I would be. That would be a big mistake.
Yeah, and then the 4th one would be making emotional decisions while depleted. So when you're low on food, low on water, low on sleep, low on friends, I don't know, whatever, making tough decisions is not the right time. So.
Yeah, low on everything that you're missing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's better to get a little bit of rest, have a bite to eat. Yeah, have a break.
Yeah, no, it's just like if you're all over the place, just like recenter yourself and just like you'll feel better after. And like yeah, I mean thinking like
Keeping safety in mind.
Yeah, I mean like stay safe. Like good planning like usually will create a way better adventure. Like, yeah.
That makes sense. And then like we mentioned, so just adapting things for trip lengths, right? Like overnighters are always the perfect place to test out things, to test your repair skills, test your food stuff.
I would have a category. It's
Sure,
just
go
like
ahead.
because like usually we do those overnighter multi-day expedition. I would say So like
Home base like area.
Home base, like test your tool. Like remove your tire from your rim, put it back, like move your handlebar, like know
Okay,
how
like
your
just
bike's
literally
work.
at home.
Yeah, at home, like eat food, and then like be like buy a camp like food. I know they're expensive, like those ready meal, but like if you don't like what you're bringing, and then you're in the middle of nowhere, like just go to the park, make it with your stove, learn how to use your stove. Like that's home based like skills that you need to get even before the overnighter.
Yeah, even like especially if you have like the gas canister type, like not the gas can, but the gas tank style stoves.
Oh yeah, the pump.
Where you got to pump them, prime them, change parts. Like you know how to do those things. Have a rebuild kit.
Yeah.
All these little things could be really important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a really, really good point. Multi-day trips, on the other hand, are places where fatigue starts to accumulate and the weather matters just a bit more. And morale starts to play a part of it, right? So after 2-3 days, like
that's my usually that's my tipping point after the 4th.
And I find the first day is where like my butt hurts a lot, and I'm like getting used to the saddle for like multi hours, and then by day 2, like you stop noticing that because you're just either so used to the pain or your
nerves are damaged.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously, as we always talk about, expeditions are its whole different story, right? Yeah. So yeah, consequences are huge, and rescue could be difficult. So
yeah. At some point, like risk management, like it becomes a sport of like a part of the sport,
or a bigger part anyway.
Yeah, a bigger part, but like it's all in your head or on your bike. Like they just like to be able like to know what is the problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's you.
Cool. Pass that to closing. I think just to kind of sum up everything, a lot of people think bikepacking confidence comes from strength, but it really doesn't. It comes from something just a little bit quieter, like just the skills to knowing that you can handle some discomfort, having been there, done that, solve problems on the go.
Yeah. It'll make you feel mentally better to know that like there's nothing on your bike that you can't fix.
Yeah. And not panicking when you have to adapt your plans, right? Yeah. Like sorry, I'm shaking the table. Or when to stop. Like
when to stop is the hardest one.
Yeah, it's the hardest, but it's easiest to like your brain to say like give up. That voice, but like knowing when to give up.
Yeah, but sometimes stopping doesn't mean stopping completely.
Or when to
but
just pause, yeah?
To just
Like,
pause.
yeah.
I would say, yeah, you're right. Not stop, but pause before stopping.
Yeah, so it's, you know, confidence from, like, those kinds of confidences are slow to come. You know, it takes time, takes practice, experience.
Because you don't feel those at the beginning. At the beginning, you're testing your equipment.
Yeah.
You're testing the distance. But this is like coming way after all of those. And now that's a different thing.
Awesome. So we are, oh man, it's almost been 2 hours, huh?
2 hour.
Holy moly. It feels like a interview podcast.
We're chatting.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed these episodes, be sure to give us a follow on social media, or better yet, send us a message. We actually got a message. I got a message from somebody and I replied today.
Nice.
You can find Carl on Instagram at Fork Sauce and at Ottawa Suspension.
Ottawa Suspension, yeah.
That's his new business. He is the suspension guy in Canada. You can,
Ottawa.
You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at Bikepack Adventures. And don't forget to check out bikepackadventures.ca for routes, blogs, and gear reviews. And obviously, this wouldn't be possible without the support of Panorama Cycles. So be sure to check them out at panoramacycles.com. Carl.
Hey.
7 down, 1 to go.
1 more to go. Thank you, everyone.
All right, everyone. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.